So I gotta leave another disclosure before I get this video started. Every tradesman or tradeswoman that's unionized in New York City makes on average about $55 an hour. If you know anybody who wants to join the union in New York City as a tradesman or a tradeswoman, please share this video with them. They'll find this video a lot more useful than you will. As you'll notice, all the suit and ties get out of shape really quick, but the hands-on, the physical, you see those arms? If I flex the right one, it'll blow. Okay, I'm going in on this intro. Day in the life of a New York City construction worker, part 13. So just to get this disclosure out of the way, this is not going to be an interactive video. This is going to be more of an informative video, and I'm going to tell you the direct paths on how to get into the construction industry as an apprentice. I wasn't doing much of a service by making these long ass vlogs that are like 7-8 minutes, and people will say, hey, I sat down through all 13 of your episodes, and then when I look at the videos, they're all like 5 minutes plus, so they sat down through like an hour worth of videos just to get the information that I'm going to give you guys on this video. I had the vibes, definitely had the vibes to do this video, but just shows a horrible day because of the rain. But since most of this video is going to be, oh, I gotta get fuel before I hit the highway. And don't judge me for using regular, because that's actually what I'm supposed to use. So hopefully this rain dies down. There goes the new Islanders Coliseum that they built out by me. The only two ways to get into the construction industry is to drop off an application at the front door and say you're interested in joining the construction industry. When can I drop off an application? They'll give you a date. When they give you that date to come pick up an application, there's going to be probably anywhere from 2,000 all the way to 5,000 people in front of you. Usually it's about 500, but if you come towards the end, people camp out like 2 days, 3 days, or even a week before. Most of the times it works as a lottery system, so basically they'll put your names all in a big lottery, and they'll just mix up all the names and just pick out the names randomly. And even for then, people still line up 2 to 3 days, even a week before. The reason being is because they only have like 500 slots available or 1,500 slots available. Out of those 1,500 people, they're only looking to hire about 100 people, and out of those 100 people, maybe half of them will make it through the whole entire process, whether it be for not showing up, forgetting about the date, or maybe they can't pass the drug test. Different reasons why they don't make it all the way through. But towards the end of that whole entire process of handing out 1,500 applications, there's 5,000 people on the line, and everything else, they'll only get about 50 people through the whole entire process. And then to get through the apprenticeship program, only about half of those people will make it through the apprenticeship program. The main reason why people drop out of the apprenticeship program is because a lot of people already have experience. They've been working construction, 5 to 10 years, and they finally get in as an apprentice where they're making $21 an hour, and they say, hey, I could just go work non-union for 30 bucks an hour, even though in 3 years a 30-year apprentice is going to be making more than $30 an hour. But for longevity or for instant gratification, they just don't see the bigger picture, and that's the reason why most people drop out of the apprenticeship program. Others is because they can't stop smoking weed, or they can't for many other reasons also, but the most common ones is failing the drug test, and also because of the money. One way to get into the apprenticeship program is through the lottery, handing in an application. It is extremely hard and extremely impossible to get in through that way. Now, there's a second way of getting to the apprenticeship program, and that's the way that these videos on YouTube have helped more than 100 people to get into the apprenticeship program. I mean, everybody that goes through the program literally knows who I am, and they've watched my videos in the past. I wasn't doing much of a service by making these long ass vlogs that are like 7-8 minutes, and people will say, hey, I sat down through all 13 of your episodes, and then when I look at the videos, they're all like 5 minutes plus, so they sat down through like an hour worth of videos just to get the information that I'm going to give you guys on this video. So the first way is through a lottery. The second way of getting into the apprenticeship program is through a pre-apprentice program. So pre-apprentice, like pre-teen, like you're not there yet. It's a 6-week program. I believe the other programs are about 3 months to 6 months, but the program that I mainly recommend is BuildItWorks. It's a 6-week program, so a month and a half, literally a month and a half. You don't get paid while you go through the program. You don't have to pay anything to get into the program, and after you're done with the program, they give you about maybe $250 worth of tools to get you started as a first-year apprentice. The program is 6 weeks long. You got to sit down in class for half of it, and the other half is hands-on, where you're actually learning how to build stuff. I mean, I'll make this video longer than it should be. There's 2 pre-apprentice programs that I recommend the most. One is Construction Skills. That's the one that I did to go through, but there's a long story as to why I don't pick them as my number 1, and my number 2 is BuildItWorks. The reason why I say if you're young, I would maybe recommend for you to do both of them. Do Construction Skills, because Construction Skills helps you get into any local union that you want to get into, where BuildItWorks only helps you get into one local union, which is the Carpenters Union. Before, they used to help you get into Electricians Union. I don't think they're doing that anymore, but my brother, my blood brother, actually got into the Carpenters Union. He didn't like what was going on. It was too much work. He noticed that the electricians have a much better union system. When it comes to unionism, is basically not communism. It's actually like a socialist ideology to be in a union, so you're getting paid X amount of dollars because people fought for you to get paid X amount of dollars, and no, the contractor should not be making billions of dollars while you're not making at least $100,000 a year. So it's a socialist ideology. Local 3 has it down packed the best out of all of the local unions. But anyway, if you're young enough, like the ages 18 through 21, I would say to do Construction Skills. And if for whatever reasons they can't get you into a local union, you hop back over to BuildItWorks and you do BuildItWorks for 6 weeks and you get into the Carpenters Union. If you're at the age of 30 years old, that's when I would say roughly you're supposed to figure things out. So anywhere from 30 to 40, all the way up to I met somebody that came through the program that was 55 years old. Even though me personally, I think that's too old, but it still can be done. But if you're at anywhere from 30 to 45 years old and you want to get started in the construction industry because you know you're going to be making a lot of money soon, then I would say don't even waste your time with Construction Skills. Just go straight for BuildItWorks, get into the Carpenters Union, and start making money ASAP, because the clock is ticking on you and you want to be able to retire at the age of 55. So with the Carpenters Union, you retire 55. I believe the electricians retire 63. There's like an 8-year difference in retirement age, but you got to understand that the electricians that retire at 63 look better physically than the carpenters that are retiring at 55, because you work so hard as a carpenter for the most part. There are ceiling guys, there are hardware guys, there are a lot of small like trades within the carpenter's trade where they don't work as hard. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe to watch more videos like this, and I'll see you guys on the next one. My name's Ruben Lopez and I'm from New York, son. There goes my little bootleg setup. Had to use my phone with the diffuser from the Loom Cube. So before that, this is what I was staring at. So you could imagine those 5 minutes of talking pretty much blinded me. And charging my car, got 2 hours left to go. So you guys can see I got a plug-in hybrid. So basically what that means is that I could plug it in and charge it, and it'll let me drive for about 36 miles, or I could just use gas. So there goes my 2 gauges, and right now I'm charging it. If I charge it, I get about $2 per gallon is what it comes out to. If I had to do the conversion into gas, because gas is really expensive right now, it only costs me $2 to fill up a whole entire gallon, which gives me about 36 miles, versus paying I think it's like $3.60 for the gallon. So it's a lot cheaper. If you know anybody in New York City or even in the tri-state area that wants to join the construction industry, this is the video you have to send to them. This is